Hi, we are Kathy and Garrett Pashusta with the Grit and Polish, and we are here today with Lowe's to talk about this gorgeous hood vent.
In this kitchen, there's not going to be a whole lot of uppers, so on this side of the wall, this hood vent is really kind of the visual focal point along with the stove. So we wanted to do something that was cool and interesting, and we partnered with Lowe's and we put a GE hood vent insert inside this built-in kind of facade, and we think it turned out so great. We're really happy with it. Hood vents are a kind of a design element in the kitchen that is often overlooked, I think.
It totally is. Yeah, and I would say it's my absolute favorite design element in the kitchen. You know, with kitchen design, I like to keep things really simple. So we use the same material on the walls as we do on the hood vent. We've used drywall in the past, but I've always dreamt of doing tile. A lot of people use like a barn wood or a plank wood, but you can pretty much use anything and it gives it a real element to the kitchen. Yeah, Garrett's going to be walking you through the steps so that you can create your own built-in hood vent.
First step is going to be to build the frame that the actual unit's going to sit in. So to get the framing up, we're going to use an impact driver and some construction screws. This is a really simple way to do some framing if you don't have a framing nailer handy or you don't want to use the old-fashioned hammer and nails. Type 17 point, no pre-drilling. They go in really awesome with their Torx head, no stripping. They're really simple to use. Grab them, boom. The framing for the hood vent's all in. It's really sturdy, and the hood vent itself is actually going to mount up inside here, and we're going to get the ductwork going right out the back wall. And now we're going to do the cladding on the outside, and we have some salvaged fur that matches the backsplash. So we're going to kind of repurpose this stuff and put it all around the outside of the hood vent. You won't even be able to tell it hasn't been here for 50 years. So before I get the tongue and groove on, I'm gonna need something on these outside corners that finishes the edge. And so I created this little trim strip out of 2x4, and I cut a groove in the back of it, and I'm gonna put this right on the corners, and that'll give the fur something to butt up to on this edge. I'm gonna install it with a little glue and some 16 gauge nails. When you're thinking about possibly doing a hood vent in your own kitchen, you can play with the materials that are going to be on the outside of the frame. You can use sheetrock and give kind of a smoother plaster-like finish, or you can use some other kind of planking or maybe some fun tile. Today we're using VG fur that we've salvaged from cabinets that were demoed out of here. So the look is going to be pretty seamless with the existing backsplash. The hood vent enclosure is all painted, so we're ready to begin the installation of the actual blower unit itself. As I'm taking the unit out of the box, I'm impressed by the build quality. Overall, GE looks like they put a really solid, really well-constructed unit together. Make sure to seal all the joints in the ductwork with aluminum tape. This will make sure all the air that the unit's sucking out of the room will go directly out to the outside. Before I make the final cuts on this last piece that the hood vent unit is actually going to sit inside, I like to pull the unit out, double check measurements so that I can get some really tight tolerances.
When you're building your hood vent in your own kitchen, it's really nice to create a little access panel on one of the sides so that you can get in there to tape all the ductwork seams and connect everything up once the unit's actually mounted. And lastly, use some caulk to seal the exhaust vent to the outside of the house.
This was a great project because it was something that we could do in basically 2 days, and it gives the kitchen a really high-end, kind of really visually interesting look. It has blowers and lights, and the thing is awesome. I love the style of baffle. This is stainless steel baffles that come out. They're really easy to wash. You can throw them in the dishwasher. You don't have to be fumbling with filters and all that kind of stuff. They're a pro look, and I think this unit is perfect for in here.
I love how simple and beautiful these hood vents are, and they give a nod to kind of an old worldliness, which I think is awesome in kitchens. So thank you so much to Lowe's for sponsoring this video. And if anyone out there watching tries this DIY tutorial, please let us know. Leave a comment on the blog or in the description below. We would love to hear from you guys.
Also, all of the materials used in this project are linked in the blog and in the description of the video. So click through, you can find everything you'll need. We hope you tackle this project. It's awesome. We'll see you guys next time. Newer facade hood vents are a little bit reminiscent of that kind of old world, real medieval almost.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, you can butcher a chicken and you can like
Roast a pig in it.
roast up a pig right here and feed like your family of 16 and your neighbor's family of 20, you know? It's got that real hearty, real cook's kitchen kind of feel, and I love that.